Morning, everyone. Yeah, morning, everybody. Welcome to Zavi Money Channel again. Uh, yeah, it's been a lovely time having you guys watch my videos. So always remember to watch, like, comment, and subscribe. This is what Zavi Money Channel at Zavi Money 500 X in capital M in capital. So uh, today's topic is this. We are going to be looking at HTML inline elements. Yes, HTML inline elements. So first up, let's open a HTML file for that, or rather, let's create a HTML file for that, like we normally do. Let's do this. This is we're talking about what inline elements. So let's do inline dot HTML. We hit enter on the keyboard, then you can do a normal shift plus one, hit enter on the keyboard. It gives us the basic tags we need. The next thing we're going to be doing is what? We change our title, just like always. Let's set this to HTML inline elements. So this is what HTML inline elements, that becomes our title. Now we'll go over to the body because actually that's what we're working with. In you know Before we progress, was HTML inline elements, or what are HTML inline elements? Unlike the block elements we have in HTML, inline elements are those elements that does not take up the full width of where they are in our web page. I repeat, HTML inline elements are those elements that does not take up the full width of where they are in our web page, or does not take up the whole line from our left to the right side of the page, because the width of something actually means the horizontal measurement of that particular thing from the right to the left. Now we're going to move proper to the lectures and the practicals. So let's now create what some tests and see how you know uh inline elements behave. So we're going to be using inline tags, inline elements, in which one you call them. So let's use one of the inline elements we have, then we put something inside, see the way it reacts. Now let's do something, guys. um we are going to do this. We are going to be looking at the link tag first. So the link tag is a good example of an inline element. So for you to do that, all you need to do is hit A on the keyboard. A is for the link tag, then you hit enter on the keyboard. The next thing you will need to do is what? Put something in your link. Let's have Instagram in our link, or more still, let's have Google. This is what? Google. Let's have Google here. Then we can have more links, just like we wish. We have Google. Let's have other things like what's Instagram now. Let's have Instagram. This is Instagram. Let's have Twitter. And let's have another link tag. This is which is what? Let's look at LinkedIn. It's a link to LinkedIn. Let's have a capital I here, then LinkedIn. This is the way LinkedIn looks like. Okay, I'm missing something, guys. We are missing something, guys. This is what linked, as in ed. So this is linked in. So this is LinkedIn. Now we've queued in our what our links. So uh let's check that out. We're gonna check that out first off. Let's check it out and look at that. So we go live trying to view our web page. I'm just going live on mine so we can see what I'm doing. So uh, we are live now. We are live on our web page. You all can see my web page. So this is what you have. This HTML inline element. This is web page, and this is what the links we did do. What we did type just right now using the link tags. So we have Google, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So looking at them now, they are what inline elements. Now, on the norms, when we use the p tags and the h tags, that is ranging from h to h1 to h6, and also when we use the div tags, we discover that normally in our HTML we do use them like one after the other, just like now. I use the link tag. After your first P, you get the next P tag, you get the next H tag, just one after the other. Now, the difference is this. For block elements, they will always appear like that, one after the other, because they are taking up the whole width of where they are in our web page. But these inline elements now, you can see that they are sitting next to each other. Yeah, they are actually sitting next to each other. We take a look at Google. After Google stays, Instagram is staying beside it, Twitter is staying beside it, and LinkedIn is as well staying beside it. On the norms, Google, Instagram should go down, because actually we typed this, one line after the other in our VS Code. But here now, it's not sitting like that. Instagram is next to it, Twitter is next to it, LinkedIn is next to it. So for you to see the reactions. But when it comes to p tag, even when you type them, you use the p tags like beside one another. Let's say you have one p and you have something like welcome to my hotel, and then you have another p tag beside it, and you have something like this is a very good hotel, it is luxurious and welcoming. The p tags will always what sit next to each other. The last p tag which you used beside the first one will come under the first p tag. It will be placed vertically in a column kind of way, which is just like Google. After Google, Instagram comes down. So which means that what inline elements don't take up the whole width, respectively. They don't, compared to the block elements. So inline element, as an inline element now, they are sitting next to each other, showing you that they only occupy this particular space they are located at on our web page. So anything you do to Google, like styles you apply to Google, or any style you apply to this Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, is just gonna happen within this restricted line, which is between I and N, between G and E, between T and I, between L and what N. So that is what is gonna happen to the rest of any other inline elements you have. So any style you apply to them only happens within that particular space they are located on our web page. So that's how inline elements behave. So they don't take up the available width of where they are located at on our web page, of where they are located on our web page. So let's quickly go further towards doing something that's going to prove that better. So we go back to our VS Code. Go back to our VS Code, guys. Stay tuned, keep watching. We go back to our VS Code. And we are back on our VS Code. Now, let's run an inline styling here. So let's give a color to Google. Then we won't give any other color to all those other ones to see the way inline elements react. So let's give, or rather let's use a background color. It's preferable to use a background color. Undo this, then style. Let's have background color what? Let's have something like black, or rather blue, because this is a link. It should look good. So let's have blue, and let's now have color of white. Color of white, choose this color of white. So we have given it a background color of blue and the color of white. Then let's have the font size. Let's increase the size so we could see that better, 20 px. Then we'll go back to our web page so we see the way it is, how the color works with the background, because our target is actually using the background color to cite this example. So then but we had to add color on it so that the text, which is Google, we wrote inside this link tag, could show. And then the font size is to make the size bigger. So this is what we do. We go back to what, our web page. We're on our web page now. Then you can see my mouse pointer is on Google. Now the background color we give to Google is what? Is blue. And then the color we give to Google, actually Google as a text has a color of white, and it has a background color of blue behind it. You can see the blue color. Mouse pointer is on it. But let me remove that so you can see better. Now looking at this, you can see that the background color we gave to Google as our link just happened at that particular place it is staying on our web page. So as a background color now, if it was a block element like the H tags, the P tag, the div, header, footer, and the rest of them, you will discover that what, the background color will be extend to the rest of this line, just like my cursor is pointing. You can see my mouse pointer is moving. So from this particular place to the end of our web page by the right, the whole background color is supposed to you know be contained in that manner, assuming it was what, a block element. But as an inline element, the background color of blue which we gave it cannot exceed that place it is seated on our web page, because it is what, it is an inline element. So this power and authority ends with where it is located on our web page. So the same way is the goes the text color we give to it. So we give it color of white. That's necessarily color to the text. So what the reason behind this example here is the background color. So you see that the background color doesn't stretch to the end of our web page on this particular line it is located on. But what happens is what, it just ends there. So the blue background color ends there, just together with the white color. That's to tell you that was this is an inline element. Let's uh add background colors to Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn, so you see how it reacts to that is not going to extend to the whole width of our web page. To do that, we have to go back to our VS Code. We go back to our VS Code, and this is what we have. We will be doing this. Let's run a style here. Style, same background color. Let's go with magenta or maroon. Let's go with maroon. Then color, let's keep white so we can see what we are doing. Like the color of the text, which is what is written inside, should remain white so we can see that is vision. Let's still have 20 px size. We go over to Twitter and do the same. You can have style, background color, and let's look for a background color, a nice one. Okay, blue violet is welcome. Let's have color, stick to white. guys, let's stick to white so we can see what we are doing. Then we have same font size of what, 20 px. This is it. We come over here, style, we still have background color. We look for a suitable color we can give it. Okay, this cadet blue and white works. Let's go for cornflower blue. Cornflower blue, we are looking at our color still being white. Color white, we maintain white, guys. Then font size, we maintain 20 px. The whole size should be the same. That's what we want. That's the idea. Now we've styled it just like, you know, the previous ones. So let's go back to our web page and see how inline elements react to what, to their styles or their styling. So now we go over to our web page, so we see what we are actually doing. This is it, guys. We are back on our web page now. We have Instagram with, a white with a maroon background color and a white color. This is Twitter with blue violet, and this is what, LinkedIn with cornflower blue. So uh, we can see that the same thing that happened to Google as a link is happening to what, Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn. The same thing is happening to, the three of them. So because Instagram is not occupying the whole what, space, the whole width on this particular line, it is. So the background color of maroon only works from what, where I is, from I to M. This is Instagram. That is Instagram. So the background color maroon only works or is applied to this particular space it is located. It cannot pass this space. That is what an inline element does, or that's how inline elements behave. The same thing with Twitter. You see, the background color of blue violet does not exceed this place it is sitting on our web page. The same thing with LinkedIn. LinkedIn does not exceed this place it is located on our web page. So, assuming it was a block element, they would all do what? Occupy the whole available width of this particular line. They are located on our web page, but they can't do that because they are inline elements, like the name implies, inline. Inside the line, they are not block elements. So that is how they behave. So these are what, inline elements. They don't take up, the whole space, or the whole available space, or width rather, the whole available width of where they are located on our web page, but the block elements do that. So that's what differs between the two of them. So there are more, inline elements. We are gonna head back now to our VS Code. So we do what? We actually, see more examples for inline elements. So this is our VS Code. We are back. We are back. We are back. This is our VS Code. Now, other inline elements that does exist is this. So let's just make a quick list for that. Then you can try it out on your keyboard, can try it out on your system using these elements and styling them to see how they behave, and using them to do stuff. So you see their reactions and see the category of quality they can adapt to, and then you see that what actually they are inline elements. This is what img tag. We have the img tag which we use to insert our image. This is a good example of inline elements. We have what else? We have the span. The span tag is an inline element. We have what else? We have the italic tag, or the italic text tag is an inline element. So these are inline elements. So many of them there. We have like a small tag. This is an inline element. Good. And we have lots and lots of what inline elements. There are plenty of them which we use always on our web page, which we use always in our HTML rather, for our web pages. So there are lots and lots and lots of inline elements. So this is good examples which I just cited. So you could try them out, try using them, and then you see their reactions and how they behave as inline elements. Then at the end of the day, you get to understand more. That's what, yeah, inline elements don't take up the whole line of where they're allocated, or do not take up what the available width of where they're allocated on our web page. So that's about that for inline elements. So there are lots of them we could use on and on and on. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Always watch my videos, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel at Savvy Money 500 hyphen 500. Yeah, at Savvy Money hyphen 500 X in capital, M in capital. That's how we do, guys. That's how we do. Go below the description in this video to do what? To see my YouTube channel, and as well connect me via my social media links. Yes, you would see my social media links. So contact me, for anything at all. Particularly, for your web designs. Yeah, I create, lovely sites. So contact me. I'm a web developer, a programmer, a designer. So, what I put out there describes me, or best describes me. So, you deserve a website today, contact me, and, we can do that for you any day, anytime. That's about that. Thanks, guys, and have a lovely day.